Tariffs and sanctions are tightening the economic noose around the necks of small island states in the Eastern Caribbean. The situation is so dire that food security and self-sufficiency is becoming more important than ever as a means of fighting inflation. But according to the government's data, Saint Lucia is in a strong position to cultivate resilience against the growing threats of American tariffs, triggering new rounds of global inflation.
The government's prudent debt management strategy will yield better than expected results compared to the initial projections in the 2024-2025 estimates, with the overall deficit narrowing to $147.9 million from the previously projected $214 million, or $66 million less than was projected.
Deficits and surpluses are key indicators of financial health, and the data shows that Saint Lucia is reducing deficits and creating surpluses for 3 consecutive years. As for the debt, the government says they are aggressively tackling financial problems left behind by the former administration in ways that locals can feel.
That in contrast to the immediate past, government's indebtedness to local suppliers is within the manageable levels, and our national insurance matching contributions and lease payments are being honored. My government intends to settle these debts as soon as possible. Mr. Speaker, notwithstanding those unplanned payments, government provided $8 million to Wasteful to settle some of its pressing financial obligations and an additional $10 million to support the Millennium Heights Medical Complex to meet its obligations.
The Pierre administration also cut outstanding debts for land acquisition in half from $80 million to $40 million, while taking a $25 million bite out of the massive debts of the health sector. It could have been more, but the government prioritized raising salaries and wages in order to help working Saint Lucians win back some of the purchasing power they lost due to inflation.
It is clear from the figures just presented that my government has been doing much to assist workers in combating the rising price of goods, a phenomenon largely driven by imported inflation caused by geopolitical factors and global supply chain issues. In these circumstances, vulnerable groups suffer disproportionately, necessitating my government's strategic interventions to mitigate the negative impact of these external shocks.
Meanwhile, debt service payments, which can weaken a country's ability to service the needs of its people, are down 4.2% to $311.4 million. For Choice News Now, I'm Jason Seafley.